What role do you see China playing in the development of ASEAN's digital economy?
ASEAN economy is influenced by many countries. China has had many companies which have played a very important role in those. So China has many roles to play. One is you take the big companies from China, Alibaba, Tencent, they're very active in this part of the world, in terms of influencing talent, in terms of influencing consumers. So that's one. Second, China has, through its multiple initiatives, been an important driver for infrastructure building in many parts of these countries, so that's another. And I think a lot of people have close ties with China, right? I mean, going back culturally and others. So I think that influences people as well. I think a large part of the population has historically ties with that. So I think there is a lot of win-win, and China has been an early embracer of the digital technologies. I think ASEAN countries can learn a lot from that.
So how do you see ASEAN's economy contributing to the wider global economic growth?
The world GDP is expected to grow at about 3% thereabouts, give or take a little bit. ASEAN economy will grow between 4.5% to 5%. So that's a sizable uptick on that. It's about 700 million people with a total GDP of about $3.5 trillion today. But if you start doing the extra maths, that quickly starts adding up. So I think they are in a very important, as I said earlier, they're in a very important sweet spot economically, demographically, and also in many industries, consumer electronics, packaged goods, oil and gas, green industries. In many sectors, ASEAN countries, agriculture have a very important role to play. Let me give you one example. So global trade is going to grow slower than global GDP, okay? So for the first time, this is actually a big change. Trade always used to grow faster than GDP for the longest time. Now trade is going to grow slightly lesser than GDP. But ASEAN countries are actually going to grow the trade much faster than the GDP growth. So I think one important role which ASEAN countries have is, and we've done this modeling as BCG over the next 10 years, right, is to be an important part of the trade flows globally, and they need to make it easy. They need to make it easy on the infrastructure side, the physical infrastructure side, the digital infrastructure side, and they need to make it easy to cooperate among themselves to be able to be part of those trade flows. So I think that is a key role. There's also another role which we have not talked about is talent upskilling. I think there's a lot of room for talent unlearning and learning new things in ASEAN countries. I think that should be an important driver, and not just the top talent on the pyramid, but a lot of the middle part of the pyramid as well needs to be reskilled.